Hi everybody, it's Jeff from VW Bricks again. Here to talk about another one of my buildings from my uh, train display that I currently have on display behind me. This is the third in the series, so let's jump into it. So this one is basically what I've entitled 33 Blue. It was on the opposite side of the street as some of the even number buildings, so I gave it 33 as a number. This is primarily based on the fact that the white tiles came with the number 3 on them, so 33 was kind of an obvious choice at this point. So this building started being built in late April 2013. This is a first picture of it that I had, so you can see here it's only got a couple of floors in it. Um, but there's more to come, so there's a better shot of it. Just a dark blue shading with white, using white doors, windows. I'm using this Jedi, or this piece from one of the Star Wars sets. It's one of those weird three wing thingies, not a TIE fighter or anything like that, but some kind of three wing structure that was used by the clones or one of those alien races. I don't remember. But anyways, we've got a 33 on the sidewalk. We've got a couple of figures walking down here. And again, it's only 2 floors at this point. So we'll go to the next picture. And also you can see number 4 South is here as well from our previous video. Excuse me. So next level on top, as well as a roof. So I put a little clock detailing on the roof. I have a lot of dark blue 1 by 2 by 6 arches, 1 by 6 by 2 arches. So one of my goals in this mock was to try and use as many of those as possible. So that's why we have the gate pieces in the top to give it a bit of a window effect. We do have better pieces now, and maybe I'll consider switching those out, although those new window arch pieces that will fit in here won't fit in these arches because these are the older styles, so the design of the arch is slightly different compared to the actual part. Here also you can actually see a couple other buildings that I haven't talked about yet, and I may in the future. I believe they're still in existence. Actually, I know they're still in existence, but they're not up on my wall behind me, so that's why I haven't really included them as of yet. But maybe later we'll get to those. Anyways, let's move on. So this is May 1st. So by May 1st I had the building built in 2013, and that's pretty much the way it stayed the whole time. It's just got some shots here of it sitting in my layout. I kept the pattern of white and blue on the side because I knew in some instances on some of my earlier builds I would have buildings that were up against it and just didn't have the right height. That's my old flower shop, which is also still built. So here's the snowy version of it from my Christmas layout. I had put some Christmas lights kind of up here on these bars, a little bit of snow on the sidewalk, and that's about it. I didn't really do much really on the street light with the wreaths on it. You can see it here in my next iteration of the town. This is my current iteration, so there's a few buildings going up around it. We'll talk about those buildings on a future edition. Kind of a top side view. You can see behind me we have a flower garden. So I do try to keep the paths in the back of most of these buildings so that people can go in behind. That's it for the actual pictures. So as I said, we'll just jump over to an actual video here. I'm just turning on an extra light just to give the building better light. And there we go. Actually, I should maybe no, I won't bother putting myself on here because I'm going to walk over, kind of move over. Now, one of the reasons I stopped decorating the inside of my buildings was because I realized that I could actually use these buildings for storage. When I'm packing up for a show, there's lots of vehicles, lots of other parts that need to get stored away. So I realized, I could actually put some of that stuff in these buildings. And there's an example of this, which is right beyond the front door. There's a vehicle in there. So as we open it up, we'll have a look at it. I'm also noticing there's some little bit of worn white brick on there, so I should probably change those out at some point. But anyway, so as normal, we have a Roof structure, pretty general. Maybe I'll move this back a little bit just so they can see a little bit better. We have, whoops, the first floor. And like I said, these are basic designed buildings. There's not much to them. It's just basically a shell with some plates. This one has a wanted, we'll trade for gold, or we trade gold sticker on the door on the side. So I'm using a lot of the 1x2 by 5 panels in these. Again, just to use up bigger parts that I don't use a lot of. So this level has a bit of a detail here with these bars, just to give it something different. And it does jut out from the lower level. So this one has a weigh scale on it from one of the old train sets. And let's see what's inside. We have a Lego truck, and we have the front of my streetcar, as well as the back of my streetcar. Neither of these have engines. The engine sits in the main model, but kind of a TTC type livery on here, the Toronto subway train. So there is a middle piece that kind of goes in between these. That has the engine and some more weighted bricks to make a train. And you do see those on some of my pictures. You see it on some of my pictures that I have a streetcar track that goes down the middle of the model of the Mach, and I just never got it to work. So like I was saying, we had the tiles here, and these are from a Star Wars set that I used. So there's not really much to say about this model. I've inverted some cheese slopes in here, just to give a bit of a bowing out window. And because this is such a large arch, I couldn't use regular arches or regular slopes here. I have done the same. Oh no, I haven't done the same here. These are attached by a headlight brick. We have our mailboxes. Harry Potter's sitting here. Although Harry Potter looks like he's about to bounce into the mailbox, so just throw him over here. A couple of generic figs. The inside's pretty plain. It's a green base plate. Nothing much to see here. Move along. And then, as I said, the back, some flowers that have loosened off and fallen out in it over time. A little bit of dirt and grime. And something must have rubbed here at some point. But yeah, that's the basics of the building. Again, I'm using 1x1 plates again to give me a foundation to put the bricks onto, or to put the next level on, because this is still pre the 1x4 plates with the studs on either end. And I have a blue line here that covers up the white pips that are there, or the white 1x1 studs that are there. And the fun thing is, technically, this level doesn't really matter which way you put it because it is identical on both sides. Makes it a little bit easier. I think really the decision at that point is which one looks whiter. And that's this one. And then the roof, like I said, just pops on top. So, and vehicles go inside. So being a taller building, we can easily get them in multiple levels. So that's how I transport some of my vehicles. I just put them into boxes. And now I have boxes that are about this tall, I believe, bins that hold two 32 by 32 base plates side by side. They're fairly expensive folding flapped lid bins that by fairly expensive I mean around $20, $24 a piece. They're the only bins I've ever found that hold two base plates beautifully. So I would basically load stuff in the bottom of this level, load stuff in this level, and then I would take this off and I put it into a different bin and probably have the lid on here, and then I'd be able to put on other things on top as well just to fill up the rest of the bin. So, and yeah, that's an interesting thing too, is that this building could be shorter if I need it to be, it could be taller. I just have to make more levels. Although for some reason it's not locking in, I don't know why. Is there a stud there? No, that should lock in perfectly fine. And yet it doesn't. Oh, there we go. I think the walls just bowed out of it. There we go. So yeah, it gets a adjustable height building. But yeah, that's about all I have for this building. Like I said, it's not one of my, it's not one of the best designed ones, I would say. It was using parts that I had a lot of, and that's a lot of my buildings. Sometimes it's like, oh, I have a bag of these parts. So what should I do? So I would take those parts, and I would just do what I can with the pieces that I had at the time. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up this video. I'll talk to you guys again. I might do a couple other videos this weekend. I'm not sure how time's doing. It's currently Saturday night, and I've been kind of lazy with what I've been working on. So, um, so yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll talk to you later. Bye.